Yeah, I decided to explain exactly my beliefs. So these are the four tenets I believe in, and they can apply to any risk general on the planet. And if a general plays true to these, it's going to be beneficial for both him and everybody who loves him in the world as a whole.
So here we go.
I believe that risk generals have the divine imperative to become as capable, powerful, and competent as possible in this game. I reserve my SMG Studios given right hold my own cards, and draw them as I see fit, and allow other people the same right hold cards, and draw them as they wish. I prefer loving, rewarding, consensual alliances with beautiful, positive, and premium owning players. I believe Kangs and Kingmakers are different, and that each has their own unique and important strengths and abilities. I believe generals have the sacred duty to protect and provide for the important alliances in their games. I believe generals have the sacred duty to protect the bonuses and cards of their allies and reserve the right and responsibility to raise their troops as they see best to ensure their win streak. I believe that generals have the sacred duty to raise strong, capable, and honorable troops. I believe that generals have the sacred duty to raise subservient and competent allies. I utterly disapprove of breaking within bonus or alliance relationships. I support good, honest generals, and will obey their alliances. I prefer to only play with blizzards that are fair and balanced. I believe that a general has the sacred duty to hold true to his MA detective monologue and do exactly what he says he will do. I believe that a general's game is difficult and that has SMG Studios given duty to become a grandmaster to handle such difficulty. I believe generals are personally responsible for their roles and for the results they achieve in their games. I believe in global domination and the vital need to become disciplined and professional on every map. I believe that generals have the sacred duty to approach everything in the game from a position of global domination. I believe that all generals have the sacred duty to become leaders of a bright and virtuous character and live above all possible dabbing. I believe it is incumbent upon me to ruthlessly identify my own border weaknesses and limitations. I eagerly work to fortify them and become more capable on every map. I seek to improve my personal freedom to draw, attack, and fortify true to my global domination imperative in all ways. I believe each general has a sacred duty to mold the screenshot folder into the keynote and most epic and blessed version of itself. For real, no cap. I believe that generals have the sacred duty to rigorously train themselves both in dice rolling and diplomacy every day. I believe that I have the sacred duty to only play the highest quality rounds possible. I reserve the right to protect the sanctity of my wife's son's battle log, and to let her make decisions about my vasectomy and cockfighting procedures. I affirm the importance of endlessly improving my card collection through diligent alliances, strategy, and betrayal. I believe in acquiring territories and cards in order to improve my borders and do good for those I am allied with. I believe in the merits of healthy diplomacy and constantly encourage our risk generals to seek out alliances to improve their borders. I believe that staying for the entire round is essential to a general's mental health, happiness, and battle point total, and I relentlessly encourage generals to join lobbies together, play together, and break bonuses together. I maintain the trust of my allies through belligerent arguing regarding our biggest threats and the luckiest risk players. I believe in honoring SMG Studios and pay-picking in a way that would make the most money for them. I reserve the right to administer difficult betrayals of passage for our young pitbulls to allow them to earn the top rank of the leaderboard. I affirm, as a simp, the importance and need for travel and adventures for women. I seek to help pitbulls overcome poor strategy through embracing rigorous purchasing of cosmetic improvements and leveling up their Vault Pass. I reserve the right to buy the best emotes I can at the time to support SMG Studios and disrespect my opponents. I do good in the world 2209 and Kingmaker to help those less fortunate. I believe all generals have the responsibility to lead and guide those internet weirdos they care about for greater dice rolls, screenshot portfolios, and gem collections. I choose to only spend tokens with those who are respectful and civil to me in return for my own respectfulness and civility. I reserve the freedom to backseat and influence others as I believe is best and most irritating. I reserve the right to choose my modifiers and include only those settings I believe are best for breaking bonuses, controlling choke points, and making my opponents see. I believe I have an imperative to only spend my time on maps that I determine are without portals or fog of war and balance to myself and others. I choose to only allow myself to be influenced by those who I believe have my best interests in mind. And the final one. Each day I dedicate myself to the risk gods anew to create the greatest possible impact on the risk community bulletin, and do the work necessary to achieve a greater excellence across all representations of risk global domination made by SMG Studios and based on the board game by Hasbro.